We're coming up on the 20th anniversary of Runescape being released. For most of us, that number means a couple of things. One, it makes you feel old. Very few games, let alone multiplayer games, survive for that long. The game just doesn't want to die, and that's mainly due to the love the player base and the Jagex JMods have for it. Hundreds of Jagex employees have worked on the game, and their contributions, whether large or small, have made a lasting impact. An impact that's out in the open for all to see, or one that's hidden, waiting to be discovered. Have you ever noticed the frozen player with the word noob underneath him in God War's dungeon? Or that Gillinor is an anagram for religion? You may think you know everything about the game, but I'm sure there's quite a bit that you may have missed. And today, I'm going to show you. Today's video is sponsored by probably one of the coolest and most useful things I've seen, the world's first web browser tailored specifically for the gaming community, Opera GX. Us RuneScape players use web browsers a lot. The game literally started as a browser-based game, and nowadays we're always on it for the wiki or YouTube and Twitch. This is why Opera GX is perfect to use, because no matter what type of computer you have, it will completely enhance your experience. Even Jeff uses it. Right, Jeff?
I love it.
It features something called GX Control, which lets you limit how much CPU, RAM, or network bandwidth you want your browser to use. Google Chrome uses an insane amount of RAM, which can severely hurt your computer's performance, but not with Opera GX. They've got loads of features as well. The GX Corner keeps you up to date with free games, the best deals, and newly released games. You've also got easy sidebar integration with sites like Twitter, Twitch, and more. With a couple clicks, you can see who's live and instantly go to their stream. Connect your Discord as well so you never miss a notification. The customization on this browser is by far my favorite feature. You can make it look like whatever you want with unique themes, wallpapers, colors, and more. It comes with a built-in VPN and ad blocker. Just make sure not to use it on my videos, okay? Deal. In a single click, GX Cleaner gets rid of unnecessary files and cookies that keeps the browser running nice and smooth. Best thing of all, it's completely free. And if you want to try it out, you can use the link in the description and get it for yourself. If you're on mobile, you can click the link, put your email in the box on the website, and you will get a download link in your email for the next time you're on your computer. Thanks again to Opera for sponsoring this video. Last year I made a video similar to this where I covered 101 things you may not have known about the game. Today, I'll show you more Easter eggs that have since been discovered, as well as some clarification on the older ones. Based on the feedback of that video, it seems like you'd prefer if I just talked about the Easter eggs instead of just music and text, so don't worry, my voice isn't going anywhere this video. If you know something unique about the game, whether it's an Easter egg, hidden area, or undiscovered lore, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I could definitely make another video like this. And while you're down there, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. Before you finish the quest A Taste of Hope, there are 3 adventurers outside the Theater of Blood saying they're planning to take it on. If you enter the theater without completing the quest, the remains inside the theater are just generic skeletons. However, after completing the quest, the remains show up scattered in different parts throughout the theater. The Ranger Woman is found in the Nilocus room with her T-bow inside of the webs. The Ancestral Mage is found in the Bloat room with his feet hanging on one of the hooks. And the Bandos Warrior can be found beheaded in the Zarpus room. There are some NPCs in the game that break the fourth wall by making references or talking about the fact that RuneScape is a game. By doing this, they're kind of breaking the boundaries of the fictional world. The majority of the NPCs have no idea, but here are some that do. Murphy, on the Porkazar dock, speaks of game magic. Straven tells players to go to a member server when asked about the Thieves' Armband. The bartender of the Blue Moon Inn says he won't tell players where to find treasure because it would make the computer game too easy. You can have a conversation with Father Eric where it comes up that RuneScape is just a computer. Doris expresses her thankfulness for no longer having an attack option. And during the quest The Tower of Life, Transmute the Alchemist asks you if you've heard of equal trade, in which your player responds with what, like sell 1k coal 200 each. Norse code, an obvious reference to Morse code, is a members-only music track unlocked during the Fremnig Isles quest. In the track, a secret Morse code message plays. The high-pitched flute plays short notes and long notes, or dits and das. If you write out the entire sequence, you'll see that the secret Morse code message that the song spells out is Runescape. In the TV series White Collar, the hidden message in the song is actually talked about in the episode Point Blank while they try to solve a music box puzzle.
Sounds could correspond to numbers, wavelengths.
Paula's discovery of hidden music in the Last Supper.
Runescape's encoded flute solo.
Don't forget Close Encounters.
I just love how casually he mentions RuneScape like the other investigators know exactly what he's talking about, like they all play RuneScape. I mean, hey, maybe they all do. Hat stands are pieces of furniture that are used to hold hats. There are 51 hat stands in the game. Using most head slot objects on the stand triggers the chat box message, "Oops, it fell off the headstand," and causes the item to fall to the floor. This is one of the only ways in the game to drop an item like a Barrow's helm or a Serp helm on the ground. When you drop a Barrow's item on the ground, it degrades to 0. However, by using the helm on the hat stand, it will drop to the floor without degrading. The same goes for the Serp helm, which has no option to drop the item, but by using it on the hat stand, it will drop to the floor in perfect condition. You may have noticed a workman that is constantly moving a wheelbarrow back and forth between the dig site and the Varrock museum. He'll often talk to the Varrock guards on his way back to the dig site. Usually it's just talking about their boring day, but you can unlock some unique dialogue by doing two things. If you're attacking the correct guard when he walks by, the guard will respond to his "How's it going, officers?" question with "I'm being slaughtered," to which the workman responds, "Nothing new here," and goes on his merry way. If you manage to kill all of the Varrock guards as he walks by, the workman will ask the same question, "How's it going, officers?" Except this time, when he sees they're all dead, he responds with, "Oh, they're all dead." Towards the end of the quest Making Friends with My Arm, when you and the wise old man are about to come out of the dungeon, one of the trolls screams, "Old man in the dungeon, old man in the dungeon, thought you'd ought to know." If your memory is good, or you recently watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, you may remember this scene. On the second floor of Karen Castle, you can find a Knight of Varlamore, whose name is Astra. His appearance and some of his dialogue is a reference to the character Solaire of Astora from the Dark Souls video game series. Now he claims to be from the Shining Kingdom of Varlamore. The Kingdom of Varlamore is found on Zaya, however it's a piece of content that has not yet been released. There is, however, a couple of wiki pages dedicated to this piece of unreleased content that includes a floating city, a grand museum, and a potential new monster or boss called the Colossal Worm, found in the Avium Savannah in Varlamore. Monty Python references come in no shortage on the game. I'm assuming many of the JMods back then were big fans of the British comedies, so I'm not surprised to see so many references to them in the game. A quick search on the wiki shows that there are 34 references to Monty Python on RuneScape. Here are a couple of my favorites. Two guards face one another on the islands of Natisnot and Yatizo, and these guard towers are two guards that constantly yell at one another about why their town is better. At one point, the Natisnot guard says, "Your mother was a hamster," and the Yatizo guard responds with, "And your father smelt of winter berries." This references the scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where the French soldier responds to King Arthur by saying,
"Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries."
A rabbit in Prifdinus, found in a small cave in the Gwyneth Hunter area, drops the Crystal Grail. It may seem small and weak, but it actually possesses more health than the Corp Beast and deals damage on par with Commander Ziliana from the God Wars dungeon. The rabbit is once again a reference to Monty Python, where King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table are quickly defeated by a killer rabbit. If you pull the lever in the Thalador party room, you have the option of summoning the Dancing Knights for 500 GP. The Knights will then sing a short song and dance similar to a scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
We're Knights of the Round Table, our shows are for mid-table. So many times we give them rhymes that are quite unsingable.
East of the Dark Warrior's fortress in the wilderness, you can find a statue of a warrior. When examined, it reads, "This person was of great importance." Many people think that the statue was added to the game in honor of the RuneScape player, the Old Nite. The Old Nite is a legendary player who passed away from cancer in 2006. He was a high-level member of the community who reached the top of the high scores and was the second player after Zezima to level 99 in all skills. However, after a bit of research, it turns out that the statue was added before his death, so the connection is unlikely. Recently, however, with the addition of the Varrock enclave in the wilderness, you can find a pub. This pub is called the Old Nite, a definite reference to the player who we lost too soon. Most JMods, especially on old-school Runescape, find a way to reference themselves into the game somehow. A crab can be found south of Prifdinna's general store wielding a knife, a reference to the crab rave meme. The examine text reads, "I think I'll call it Rye," which refers to Mod Rye, a Jagex moderator who helped work on the Prifdinna's update. Ancient machinery can be found in Assidious, just south of the farming patch. When examined, it reads some form of ancient terraforming device. Oh dear, it looks broken. A reference to the manufacturing company John Deere. It also pays tribute, however, to Reddit user Gentle Tractor, who proposed the redesign of Zaya in one of his Reddit posts. Robert Boss is a painter found in Land's End on Zaya. He's a reference to the painter Bob Ross, known for his very popular show, The Joy of Painting. During his show, Bob would give motivational messages to his viewers and encourage them to not only never give up on painting, but never give up on life as well. As such, the dialogue options you have with him are all common things he would say throughout his broadcasts, like "I don't make mistakes, just happy accidents," and "I'll give him a friend." Like I always say, everyone needs a friend. Lumbridge has the river Lum running through it. This was inspired by the city that RuneScape was created in, Cambridge, which has the river Cam running through it. Tresnor is the man who looks after the wood tree farming patch in Varrock. His name is a reference to Trent Reznor, the frontman of the band 9 Inch Nails. There's also a bat in the Arcades region of Zaya called Bat Mellamy, a reference to the English musician Matt Bellamy. On the ground floor of the Necromancer Tower in Ardoyne, you can speak to Erwin Fieselbaum. Erwin is unique because for some reason he is shorter than the player and the average human NPC. I don't believe it's been confirmed anywhere, but his height may be a throwback to the height of players and NPCs back in the RuneScape Classic days. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to comment anything you find interesting in the game, and I may include it in the next video. If you'd like to support me, make sure to try out Opera GX, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you soon for an extra, and I mean extra, long video.